And
1000%, because like I said, yes, women and gay people are in confederacy together to try and take men down. But let's be honest, if men were headstrong, none of this would be happening. It's like saying, my kid made me spend all the money on the V-Bucks. That's why I couldn't pay the mortgage. They made me do it. No, you were being a weak father. Yo, what's going on, family? It's your boy Bolo, and I'm coming to you with another video for educational purposes only. Today we're going to be reacting to a video involving Sean Strickland, aka Sean Big Man. He don't mess with no bottom man on the ting, brother. Yeah, so one thing I can say about this dude, I respect him as a man. Whether you like him, you hate him, you agree or disagree, one thing you can say for certain, you know where he stands. You know if he's your ally or not. You know who the enemy is or your friend. And in life, really, what more can you ask for? You can't complain about having snakes and all these things around you. And then also complain when a guy lets you know, I ain't with it. He draws a line in the sand and says, cross it if you want. So let me start the video with that. I respect this dude 1000%.
No, you're in Toronto. Welcome. Glad to hear it. It's been great.
Are you Canadian?
Of course I am.
Are you part of the fucking opposition? Are you?
I don't know how to phrase that.
You got.
Are you a op or not? That's what he wants to know.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to ask you.
Did you vote for Trudeau?
I'm not going to say.
And let me tell you something right now. If a man says he's not going to say, like, if you ask him, motherfucker, did you vote for Biden? He's like, well, I'm not going to say. That's none of your business. He voted for fucking Biden.
1000%. But unlike Sean, he ain't going to say it because he's a coward. Now, I would say this. In certain parts of your life, you know, there's a time and a place. You don't want to make everything political and start things where it's not going to happen. But in this case, he is ready to make it a political issue. He is ready to question this guy on a political issue. And he senses it. He read it from a mile away. So he asked him, he gave him a preemptive strike, like, well, did you do this? And because he's a coward, very spineless, he doesn't want to answer. But with the next question, you already know where this dude stands. And it's plain as day.
Sean,
So hey,
Sean, I'm glad you've had great experiences.
so this is what I'm talking about, you guys. The enemy of Canada.
Sure.
All right.
That's what it's got to be. It's got to be. We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said if I had a gay son, I would think I'd.
Oh, look, another. I'm saying the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone says.
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse
Are you?
I hate that whole diversity talk, because let's be honest, birds of a feather flock together, okay? I know gay people, I work with gay people, but do I want to hang out with these people? Not at all. It's nothing personal, as like, I hate you, but it's like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? What are we going to do together? The shit you're into, I'm not into it, okay? And the gay people I know, they always talk about how they want to move into gay neighborhoods. They do their best to get away from straight people. They're not fans of diversity unless it's involving a check. Let's be honest about that. If it's involving a check, oh, let me in. I want to be a part of your thing, guys. But when it comes to their day-to-day lives, gay people are going to congregate with gay people. Jocks are going to be around other jocks. Nerds are going to be with nerds. Gamers are going to be with gamers. That's what they do. Super Smash players, they go and hang around other Super Smash players. That's, you know, this is what it is. Intellectuals congregate with other intellectuals. They got this place in, I think in England, the Speaker's Corner, something like that. It's a bunch of religious people getting together and talking about what? Religion. Get the fuck out of here. Who would have thought? Okay, so all this diversity shit, I'm tired of hearing that because no one really wants that. Okay?
No, are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking. This is a part of. Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. Like, would you fucking?
I agree for the most part. I personally, if I had a kid and a son, I would definitely want him to be into women. I would want him to have kids and me grandkids. You know, I don't see why you would prefer the other. Now, say you're accepting, you're tolerant, say, you know what, it is what it is. That's one thing. But to say you got no problem with it, like it doesn't make any difference to you, I think deep down you're lying to yourself. I really do.
When he sees the bank accounts, like you're just fucking pathetic. And the fact that you have no fucking backbone and has he shut down your fucking country and seized bank accounts? Oof. You ask me some stupid shit like that, go fuck yourself. Move the fuck on, man.
See, I appreciate that, man. There's other guys pussyfooting around while trying to insinuate that he hates homosexuals or whatever it is. He's trying to be sly about it. He's like, you know what? F you, dog. Fuck you, op. You a op, brother.
Answer the question, but I did want to ask also things you said about the trans community. You said this past October when they announced the Bud Light sponsorship that you'd go so hard on Bud Light in your next fight they'll have to accept me or denounce me when they know what and will know what they stand for. Are you
this guy's like, hey, this Canadian's not that Canadian.
Are you still going to use your fight time to kind of speak on that?
Here's the thing about Bud Light.
See, my thing is like this whole questionnaire has been trying to paint Sean Strickland as some kind of hateful individual. Now, for me, I don't care if he is or he isn't. You want to get an answer out of him for that, but all he did was ask you, did you vote for the person that you are obviously an ally for, the things that he represents? And you couldn't even answer that. It just shows how far the pendulum swings from one side of being a man to the other side of, being a male.
Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness.
It still is. Let's be clear. It still is.
Now, all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection.
1000%.
You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of fucking you. And
1000%, because like I said, yes, women and gay people are in confederacy together to try and take men down. But let's be honest, if men were headstrong, none of this would be happening. It's like saying, my kid made me spend all the money on the V-Bucks. That's why I couldn't pay the mortgage. They made me do it. No, you were being a weak father. That's why. Okay, if guys were being more headstrong, none of this madness would be even happening. You could talk about all the campaigning and bitching and moaning and begging for these things, but at the end of the day, men had to oblige. And unfortunately, the powers that be did.
The best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying
Not at
the
all.
fucking bullshit you're fucking peddling. The world is not saying, you know what? You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders.
Bro, I fuck with this dude, man. So I'm hoping more celebrities are getting the note from him and Dave Chappelle, because we got to be honest, Dave Chappelle is the first one to just really not give a fuck. He's going to say it. He going to stand by it. There's no apologies. Like Kevin Hart started that and then backtrack and apologize. I'm sorry, I don't really mean it. The check, the almighty dollar, got a hold of him. But Dave Chappelle, firstly, and now this guy, he is saying it and doubling down, and they're going to get the support. Most people feel like they feel.
I don't want my kids being taught about, who they could fuck in school. I don't want my kids being taught about, their sexual preference.
Exactly.
Like, dude, this guy is the fucking enemy. You want to look at the fucking enemy to our world? It's that motherfucker right there.
Agreed.
Asking these stupid fucking questions.
Agreed.
Sorry, I told the UFC has to be nicer. Lance, am I still good with this? Did I cross any lines? A little. What the fuck? I didn't say the F word. You just brought this fucking guy in here to piss me off.
You just did, but just to follow up.
You didn't say it.
Did I say it?
You just did.
No, I didn't say it.
You said F word.
Right there you did.
Different F word, different word. Yeah. I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be good. I like the fucking gays. Everything. I've never. You guys think I've ever shit on a gay man or shit on a gay woman? I don't fucking. I like the gays. It's fucking freedom. We still have it in America. We'll teach you about it. You guys don't have fucking freedom of speech. I'm surprised what I'm saying is probably gonna get fucking. I'm probably gonna get the fucking.
That brings me to my next thing. I agree with them. Like I said, I work with gay people. I laugh and joke with them. I don't care. But as far as going out and whatever, there's really no reason to. But this is something else I'll mention. For me personally, this is my personal feelings. I'm not a fan of the uber effeminate man. That is the biggest sign of the downfall of society. When men are uber effeminate. And like I said, it doesn't mean I hate them. I don't. Like I said, I'm very cool with some that I have, that I work with. We're friendly. But those men can't protect a society. They can't defend when things happen. They are useless in the grand scheme of things. Because the woman is feminine, but she has kids. She can be nurturing. That's her role. The guy, you have to be strong in times of strife and difficulty. And those men can't have kids and they can't defend. And lastly, homosexuality has been a thing since forever. Now, it wasn't as open as it is now, but you think back thousands of years ago when these armies had year-plus long campaigns, there wasn't a couple guys doing some Brokeback Mountain shit? Of course there was. But they wasn't walking around in dresses, saying I'm a woman and all this weird shit. They would do what they did. They would go back home to their wives, believe it or not. The Greeks, the Romans, whatever society, it happened, not on a large scale, but it happened. But they were still, at the end of the day, very masculine men that would handle business. They would cut your fucking head off to defend their people. And that's really more what my problem with it. It was with these uber feminine trying to pretend like they're women. Like that to me is just, it makes my stomach turn when I see it. I'm just like, man, that's gross. Now laying with a guy, I think is not great either. But, as long as you're not throwing it in my face, do what you're gonna do, brother. But yeah, man, I stand with Sean Big Mon Strickland.
Canadian government to arrest me. So I don't give a fuck who you fuck.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what you want to do in life. But don't fucking tell kids about it. Don't teach that shit in fucking school.
Don't push it in my face.
Don't fucking push your agenda. Don't try to fucking brainwash people.
Exactly. People gonna do what they gonna do. This is a free country. You have the license to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't hurt another person. And I agree with that. But like I said, at the end of the day, this guy is being a man. He's standing by his words. He's doubling down. He's not backing off because of money. Nothing but respect to this guy. But let me know what your thoughts on the comments below about what he said, but what I said, that pussy boy reporter, Batman, ally, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.